Just waiting on rendered.
Sent it for an invite. I don't see them on my list yet though. Maybe I spelled something wrong. I will try again.
Send him a DM. Just changing from the first. In the first match, Empyreon and Esrot dueling it out, and the match ended with a tie. Almost a close win by Esrot on kills. But at the end of the day, Eon was able to pull out the decisive win on the last match. Oh, it's 2 blanks after Colonel. There we go. So there's 2 blanks after Colonel between Colonel and David Renard. That's why we weren't getting him.
Okay, so there's I was copying
So I'm
pasting
inviting him
directly
now,
out of.
and I'll move you back to spec.
Okay.
And there he is.
Oh. Okay. I think I'm all set on my end now. Oh, I need to do the stream title.
Looks like it's going to be GRAM versus the Gaul here. And we're ready to get rolling. Skirmish layout jungle 10 minutes. Ignore enhancements, right?
Yes. Drop 1 is ignore enhancements.
And it's a stock Veagle 2. I'm going to say locked here. I know they're both readied up, but GRAM's ready.
Okay.
Are you all set there?
I think so. Is my overlay correct? Well, no, it is not. Something's broken on my overlay.
Just let me know. Both pilots are ready.
I don't know what's wrong with the overlay.
Hit refresh on your.
Yeah, it's loading
doc
up.
Sheet.
It's loading up broken.
Hit refresh on your
okay.
OBS.
Yeah, I'll try.
Well, I'm going to launch into the first battle.
Okay.
If you just come back, we'll brainstorm on that. All right, here we go. We'll get the overlay fixed, I'm sure.
I'm less confident.
Just push Control Z a bunch, and you'll undo whatever you did to mess it up.
Yeah. No, this is something I haven't seen.
We could thank and curse Ivor later. We'll have time between the battles to figure it out, these 2v2s and
I'll
such.
work on it in between, see if we can get that straightened out. But yeah, we're getting into the match here. This is a match between another 2 Division A teams. We have Clutch and Equilibrium playing each other now. Starting things off with a 1v1 on Liao Jungle. It's Trial Mech's Vapor Eagles, which they have an ERPPC and 2 LBX-10s. There's no skill trees or quirks in play here due to the lobby settings.
Early big damage on Legal here.
Yeah, GRAM's coming out ahead with these early trades. Not much significant damage yet.
It's mostly his arms. It's mostly in his arms, though. So, for Legal. But I believe that is where some weapons are stored, right? And he's lost
Well, there's nothing in
an
the arms,
arm, but it's
actually.
not.
The
Weapons are all on the torso.
Legal just closing in to get that brawl going. GRAM was playing standoff to start off. GRAM's open CT. GRAM's actually getting the worst of these early trades despite
Yeah, Legal is not hurt in.
Yeah, percentages are favoring GRAM, but damage is actually favoring Legal.
That was a big whiff from Legal right there. Oh, yep.
Okay, Legal's now taking significant damage. What is open on them? The side torso is open. One of those LBX-10s is crit out. The meta for this is to take out the side torso with the LBX-10s. So
Both are
GRAM...
about equally hurt now. GRAM a little bit worse for wear. Oh, Legal getting him.
Legal lost
Nice
that
job,
LBX-10
Legal.
on that last shot there, but GRAM goes down center torso.
Yep.
That is some exceptionally well-aimed shots there from Legal.
GRAM's spreading some damage onto the arm and leg of Legal.
I think GRAM was not doing a lot of twisting initially there is what it looked like to me, and that ended up mattering in the end.
Yeah, that's a good point. He shooted well at the end, but he was already hurt CT too much.
Okay, if I can up. Everything's running a little bit slow at the moment for me.
Go over to your
Whatever
spreadsheet
reason.
if you want. Next map is Test A. And it's 12 minutes, and we are not ignoring enhancements. Kudos to Legal for a great match there against GRAM. For just a second, I was like, wait, DSC, wait, what? We have Chicken Man and Basalt. Basalt is I Love Annihilators renamed. Versus Colonel David Renard and Gas Guzzler from Clutch. All right, Clutch is winning by 1 point. Did they just get 1 point for the first drop? Is that all?
They get 2 points, one for the kill, one for the win. So it looks like the 2v2s are worth 2 points for winning, plus 2 points per kill, while the 1v1 is worth only 1 point for winning, plus 1 point for the kill.
Oh, so our last match actually ended 41-41.
40 to 40 was what I had on my spreadsheet.
And my 1v1 drop was only awarding 1 point to each team, I think, or 1 point. No,
it was.
It only awarded 1 point to Empyrean for that 1v1 win via the spreadsheet. So we might need to look at that.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
We don't determine the score, so
no,
even
but
if
it
the
might
spreadsheet's
matter.
wrong, then somebody else will pick that up.
That's right. Is the lobby time 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes for the first couple drops, 12 minutes for the 5v5s. But the 2v2s are 10-minute timer.
All right, 10 minutes time. Okay, there we go. Test A, and we're launching.
All right.
We'll ask about that other thing later. But that would have given Empyrean the victory by 1 point if that is a spreadsheet error.
Yeah, and I apologize to the viewers. My spreadsheet's broken, so my overlays aren't working correctly, and I have no idea how to fix it. So we are going without an overlay, I guess, today, unless if I, in between drops, go and build a new one.
This is what happens when we give you nice things.
I don't know. It worked fine for the first to Cass. So anyway, we're getting into 2v2 here. It's an assault and a heavy versus another assault and a heavy. I'm looking at Clutch's side here. We've got Ultra 2 ERPPC. Is that a set of 8 on the Jade Kite? I believe it is. And a Direwolf S with ERPPC AC5. So they are taking a mix of range plus mid-range DPS.
On the other side, we have a double peep Xe and a double peep Summoner
The Pop-Tart
with backup
versus
weapons.
mix of PPC and DACA. Pop-Tarters.
So the Pop Tart are, if they get damage on the way in, which they got out on the Jade Kite already, will kind of win this match. Oh, a Pop Tarting Direwolf. I love it.
This is a Direwolf S, not a Direwolf C. Looks like it might be running more than just the one jump jet because that is a lot of lift that was coming out of that mech. So this could be Pop-Tart on Pop-Tart, in which case they're tied on number of PPCs, and those AC5s and UAC2s might give the range damage advantage to Clutch if they can land their shots.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a difficult match to do that, though.
Now they are moving up. That's probably to get those AC5s into range. I don't think they're going to continue moving up any further once those AC5s are in optimal range.
Assault just took a bad side peek. He's going back to top peeking.
Yeah, you do not want to get sustained damage coming out against you if you are on the side of equilibrium here. That mid-range advantage is definitely favoring Clutch with those AC5s and UAC2s.
Granted, it was his arm, but that's still an Xe arm. That's pretty important. Gas Guzzler getting it.
Yeah, damage percentages are favoring equilibrium at the moment, but nothing's open. Like that Direwolf at 78%, it's spread across all the torsos, legs, arms. It's nothing concerning yet.
And a lot of missed shots, but the Direwolf definitely getting the worst of it. And see, Renard and Gas Guzzler don't really want to move in because those backup weapons. He's just eating damage right now.
Yeah, they have to move up. That Jade Kite needs to get more aggressive with those UAC2s, start shielding for that Direwolf. The center torso is now open. Well, okay, armored, but
it's
red.
It's going to be open on the next PPC shot.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more hits to that center torso.
Oh, that was his side torso, but still, right torso, red. He's lost a lot of armor.
Assault, their percentage is 85, but that's mostly just arm damage. That doesn't really matter.
Now Renard getting it. I think even if they moved in, the backup weapons on the Summoner and Xe win the battle here anyway.
They need to keep closing, though, to try and close to like 400, 300 meters, where they can hit that. One of the AC5s is crit on the Direwolf.
Because the Direwolf's so slow, it has to take a direct line to even try to get in.
This is going the way of equilibrium. It's going to take a little bit longer to kite this out.
Even if the Direwolf catches them on this box, they can just rotate around him. So finish the Jade Kite, and Jade Kite is this is EQ's match.
Yep. Definitely agree on that. Something could turn around yet. There are still a lot of weapons left on the side.
Jade Kite's open now.
Yeah, open CT, open side torso. That is the ERPPC side torso, I believe. Yeah, okay, now the Direwolf's going to get traded against 2v1 because it's pushing without the Jade Kite.
They just need to go in left on this Jade Kite, which they're going to do.
Yeah, there we go. This is going to be the final push here. Chicken Man is open side torso, but the Jade Kite is down. And now it's the Direwolf. Can they pick up a kill?
Kills that was a close range whiff.
Direwolf is open all torsos.
Chicken Man just CTing the mess out of it.
Next peek here is probably going to kill that Direwolf. Executioner's going in.
There it is.
Chicken Man gets the shot before. Yeah, no kills coming out on Clutch there. You know, I know what they had a decent idea what they were doing there, but Pop-Tart beats autocannons in the current meta. You just can't return enough fire.
Chicken Man with huge damage. Just constantly up hitting the CTs. As soon as the Dire started taking a direct line in, it was over because it really didn't have a choice because there's low amount of AC5s. You can't hit somebody peeping you before they drop back down anyway. It was just a mech lab loss.
More or less, yeah. Maybe if they had the velocity and the aim, maybe they could have tried to outtrade the Pop-Tarts, but that is a very, very tall ask.
No, Chicken Man and Basalt would have had to just throw, like, just
Yeah, maybe
walk
that's
into the open for no reason.
all
It's
right.
too much to
So
ask an enemy to do.
we have now 6 points for Equilibrium against the 2 points for Clutch.
Yep.
Okay, the points are at least correct on the spreadsheet on the overlay, but the team names and logos are completely missing. So,
You can put the points up though.
yeah, I mean that's something at least. Can I just manually?
We have Redneck Geek and Photon versus Shine Plasma and ToS2 in this next match. So both teams are locked, waiting for the locked signal.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick
All right,
and
here we go.
dirty hack here for the logos.
All right, we're launching into Mech Factory now, and let's see. Other match we had SRM Bomber and 55 tonners, or SRM Bomber and Mistlinks, because Surratt really undertonned, didn't they? And here we have a Jenner 2C and a Huntsman from Clutch versus a Huntsman and Jenner 2C from Equilibrium. So it's the same. Let's see if the builds are exactly the same.
That is that Jenner 2C build from Redneck Geek is a little bit non-standard. It's got 2 of each SRM type, so the cooldowns are not going to sync on that.
So it's a less effective Jenner 2C.
Better sustained DPS, but the alphas won't be there. Plus, it's got it's not even avoiding ghosty quite. It's just weird. So that's a bit of a mech lab issue, I think. And then the packets have different builds as well. One has
Yep, they have
6
different...
sixes with Artemis, and the other has 8 SRM 6s without Artemis.
Oh, 2 whiffs, a bunch of whiffs on these SRMs as they try to range trade with them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of heat build
Oh,
up
the Jenner's
on
gonna get Toa's
missed
him
shots here. You
somehow?
don't want to. Well, we've got a 1v1 occurring here.
No, it's 2v1. They got his legs already.
Wow, that went fast. The Redneck Geek is now trying to get a kill here to get some points back, but
There's no way.
I don't know. Is anything open? I mean, Packet's got red armor on their legs.
His leg is gonna be dead.
The Jenner's open rear torso, but Redneck Geek is leg now and goes down.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Packet has an open leg at the end, but that's it. And yeah, the Jenner, other than taking a back shot or maybe heat damage, looks pretty okay.
Toa was about to get toe up. And he just aimed a little too low and hit the... Toa jumped and he ended up hitting the platform, kind of, instead of his leg. It was about to be a really brutal shot against him.
So there were just bigger alphas on the side of EQ there because of the mech lab and element that came in here.
And the bigger thing is that Clutch didn't get a kill, right? The first kill's only 1 point, or is it 2 points per kill on this? I think it's 2. And those little points, they really add up. So we saw in the last match. Now we're going to Frozen City Night Classic with 5v5. Over to the map tactics. Did you get your overlay working?
Nope. I'm working around
failed.
it.
Did you try the Control Z method?
There's nothing that I changed that should have broken. I only used the drop down menus, so Yeah,
You must have touched something in the wrong place.
I have no idea. That's the issue, is that I don't think I touched anything that would have broken it, so I'm not even sure where to start fixing it. So what I've got here is I've thrown logos up on the screen. Team name still isn't there, but the score is accurate, and there's logos for people to look at. So that's what we got today, and I'll have to fix it later. These teams are trying to get their match done. We asked them to
That's
delay,
right.
so I don't want to be asking them to delay again while I try to fix a
Yeah.
spreadsheet that I
We
just
got
frankly do not understand how it worked or how it broke.
got them in 20 minutes later. We got them invited in, so it wasn't
Yeah, 20, 25 minutes late,
too
which
much of
isn't.
a delay.
Yeah,
We just had trouble getting the Renard guy in with his
yeah,
two spaces.
yeah, and I understand that some of them have things that they want to do. There might be some Europeans here as well, so this is a little bit of a later start time for them. So yeah, so far the 1v1s, 2v2s went the way of Equilibrium, 12 points to 2, so that's a pretty significant lead there, but there's still a lot of drops to play. We're getting into the 5v5 portion of this tournament now. And we're starting off with a 200-ton drop limit of 5v5 Conquest, Clan Mechs only. And the Theta cap is the active cap. I don't know if either team is actually going to play for it. I suspect not. I think we're just going to see some brawling here from probably both teams. Well, actually, I take that back. Clutch is known for their quick play, kiting play with ice ferrets, so maybe they'll bring that to this drop.
Yeah, Clutch is not your like your push in kind of legging team generally, so it'll be interesting to see what they choose to do. This will kind of speak to their preferences for like the upcoming CS tournament as well.
I I don't know how much that's gonna be deterministic, because this is a very different format than Worlds. Worlds is 8v8 with 5 caps active on the map. We're playing 5v5 with only 1 cap on the map, so that is I wouldn't read too much into how teams are playing in this format as opposed to how Worlds is going to play out.
I'm not saying like the intricacies of the match, but the
Yeah,
preferences on what mechs are taken and how they move and things,
sure.
that tends to be definitely linked up. We saw SROT bring DACA and high alpha legging stuff. You would just, regardless of the 8v8,
Yeah,
probably see the same thing.
yeah,
So if Clutch brings high alpha kite here, then we know that that's in their wheelhouse to also bring it worlds, even in the 8v8 setting.
that's fair.
We saw MP around. They like clearly preferred the laser vomit stuff in every match. All right,
Yeah,
here we go.
yeah. All right, switching that over.
I'll cover team one here once we drop in. All right, on the Clutch side, we have SRM Jenners, Lime, or Black Lantern with SRMs and Small Pulses, Piranha. So we have 2 Lanterns.
Okay, we've got Clutch in the blue, Equilibrium in the red.
Clutch is gonna go for legs. With the Lanterns and the Jenners and the Piranha, there's definitely legging stuff.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, EQ is set up on this high ground here. Some high alpha stuff. I don't know if they're going to get enough shots in
Clutch
before
is
they
just going right
close.
in. One of their mechs is a little bit ahead,
Yeah,
though. Gas Guzzler taking the lead, not taking any damage for that. There's a lot of
not
heavy
really.
lasers
No.
on the side of Equilibrium. Those are going to have
Oh,
lower
Neon is
DPS.
kiting gas guzzler. They just need to focus a target and go in. Clutch needs to focus a target and go in.
Yeah, the push is a little bit split up here. It's a 4-on-4 and a 1v1 in the background.
Looks like they've gotten somewhat settled, maybe, but Neon and Gaskells are going at it here.
I don't see a called target on Clutch's side of things. Now, Legaul's getting
No,
focused down that Black Lantern. A little bit of
Legal
lag work
legged.
there, but they are leg now. Legaul is down.
Neon seems to be called, and the Jenner finally. This is
Viper's
really.
legged from Townsea, so
Yeah,
that's
Piranha's going to get the Viper.
the Viper should be dead
He's
shortly.
shielding. Oh, yeah, he's done. Okay. This is really sloppy from Clutch, but I think they'll still pull it out.
Proton's Jenner
Especially because Shadow Cat
is
legs
pretty,
are so weak
yeah.
anyway.
G-Ram's trying to run away here, but they're not getting the distance they need. That's the next called target, looks like.
They're going to catch it. Yeah, they finally are focusing fire, and that's paying off huge. Dubix will be the next target. Or no, Kit Fox has gone in, so he's the next target.
Yeah, Kit Fox
This is going to go Clutch's way. It's a matter of if they secure another kill or not.
Yep.
Yep.
There we go.
Self-destruction by Guzzler. He gave him a kind of freebie there.
First kill's only worth 1 point. Each kill after that is worth 2, so that's a pretty big pickup. Changes it from 1 point to 3 points in the favor of the losing side here when they get the second kill, as opposed to only getting 1.
Dubix may be able to kite out and win here, especially with Redneck stopping. If the Piranha gets in, I think he's called for his buddy.
Yeah, the Piranha's going to be able to catch the Viper. The Viper's faster than Jenner, but not meaningfully enough, I don't think. Jenner's legs are getting weak, though.
If the Piranha gets there and is finally in.
How is that Piranha looking health-wise?
But if Dubix jumps up in time, which he's not.
Running out of map?
He needs to have jumped up that way. Yeah, he got legged. He should have jumped up the ramp there, and that's it. That was good.
So 2 kills in the favor of Equilibrium, and Clutch gets the win here with max points. So that's pretty...
Yeah, good job on Clutch.
Pretty well played. A lot of
really sloppy at the beginning.
Yeah, focus fire was a big issue there. I don't know who is calling what. Be interesting to hear their comms.
We have gained Epsilon.
And pulling it back, that is now not quite a tied match, but it's very close to tied.
It's 15-15, isn't it?
It might be. I've got to pop up that spreadsheet.
It's exactly tied.
Let it do the math for me.
Colonel David Renard in the Piranha with 320 gets the top damage. Dubix next because he was alive the longest. G-Ram and Ian and Toa and the Shadow Cats pulling about 122 apiece. Too many buildings. Too much stuff in the way, basically.
I've got it marked down as 16 points to 15 points in the favor of Clutch. They're ahead by 1 point on my count. Unless if that part of my spreadsheet is also broken.
Probably is. 9 points a win. 4 and 4. Oh, well, it's close. Let's say that. Into the Caustic Valley here. This will be interesting to see if this is going to go the way of the SROT Empyrean route, you know? Is EQ going to go with high alpha stuff again? Or are Clutch going to go into a killing box? Or are Clutch going to go back to, like, high alpha-ing? You never know. The last battle didn't even take place anywhere close to Theta, so I think the desire to just get the kills outweighs trying to control single cap for 12 minutes. Have you seen any matches go to a cap win?
I have. One of the matches that I spectated did end up going to, or coming close to cap win, but I don't think it actually did. I haven't really watched or cast all that many matches yet, but no, I don't think cap wins are a meaningful thing right now. That so far, I mean, when you get the right map combination and tonnage combination, then perhaps, but even Viridian Bog isn't that large of a map, so on the max tonnage drop, I haven't. It's gotten close, but it hasn't actually gone to a cap win.
Gotcha.
All right, we're
All right,
waiting for the teams to ready up.
yep.
Looks like Clutch is just about ready to lock in at that 300 tons.
All right, they're locked. I think team 2 is already ready.
But they're sitting at a lower than maximum tonnage. I don't know if they're going to make a change yet or not.
They did change. They changed lances, and they've gone up to just 5 tons under the max.
Yeah,
So
295 is much more realistic than 260 in terms of bringing what mechs you're looking to bring here.
yes, and every tonnage-based drop has kind of statistically shown that under tonning is just, unless you're going to rush into leg and you need the speed for some reason,
Yeah.
it's just a huge disadvantage
And
for
even
your
if you're
team.
running like a fast rush deck at 300 tons, you can just take linebackers instead of mislinks or something of that nature, right? So you can there's still
Yeah.
mechs available to max out your tonnage. On the higher tonnage drops, like the 500 ton drop, if you saw somebody dropping at 420 tons, you would go, oh well, they're just bringing a bunch of gargoyles or something, right? Um, but on these lower tonnage drops, there's always another mech that kind of does the same thing that has a bit more armor
Yep.
or firepower.
We're launching in now. Both teams locked.
And once again, it's going to be Clutch in the blue and Equilibrium in the red. Overlays are broken, so yeah. I get that fixed for my next cast next week.
We have 4 black lanterns and a skull from EQ, and I'll go ahead and give their readouts.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Looks like small pulse ear micro rush on those black lanterns. And the skull's going to be 4 large pulse, so that is definitely a pushing, brawling deck.
A lantern from Legal and Mad to C. Let's see what's on the other side here.
Light machine guns on the Piranha from Clutch. Incubus also bringing light machine guns, both heavy, large.
They put a lot of tonnage into 2 mechs here, the Blood Asp and the Marauder, and the Timby. This is high alpha, so if this is the mirror image of the other match, except lanterns and not linebackers, and then they don't seem to set up in like quite as much of like a kill box.
Yeah, well, okay, so we've got one ranged mech on Equilibrium. They have the skull as an Overwatch type mech, but they'd be facing off against so many opposing large pulse lasers. There's no way that they're going to be able to trade successfully, so
Oh,
they're going to
great
have to
strike
push.
right over the face of Colonel David Ritter. These lanterns can just go up and wreck these. They're going to come up and wreck these other mechs, just legging them.
Yeah, they don't want to take too long here before they make that push. They're bleeding armor right now.
They're eating some damage. I wonder, is it in the legs? Are they going CT? What are they doing?
Black Lanterns are going around to flank 3 of them. The 4th one's a bit behind, but Ghosty's just going up the gut here. That's not taking much punishment, though. I guess the positionings were not correct for Clutch to punish that.
He just missed that Piranha. a great deal.
Ghost is taking a lot of damage here, 86%. Nothing
Yeah, but
open yet.
that's the mech you want to take damage.
Yeah, Black
honestly.
Lanterns are now in range. And Gas Guzzler is going to be the primary target here. Should be going down quick.
Oh, yeah, Legal almost one-shotting. He just needs to go in. Legal needs to go in behind here. Neon's going to go down
Gas Guzzler's
first,
cooking,
possibly.
but yeah, Neander, not quite halved yet. Black Lanterns
Halved
have.
from Legal in the back is.
There we go.
Gas Guzzler's done. That's a huge amount of tonnage off the field. Ghosty's going to go down next.
Yeah, Blood Asp here is not looking very healthy either. What is open side torso? It's side torso and cooking. That Blood Asp is dead shortly.
Neon Deer down. Ghosty's going to go down. Blood Asp is going to go down.
Clutch's mechs are not in the fight. Like the Piranha and the Incubus. Well, the Incubus is getting some shots in.
Photon spending a lot of. Oh, he just. LPL's. Okay. ToS should be the next target, but it looks like he's the Piranha's going after Ghosty, which is done.
Piranha picks up an important kill there. That's worth some points.
Black Lantern Shine, is he legged? What is he?
I believe they're going torsos on these Black Lanterns.
All right, Legal needs to get out of there now, and they just need to
Start kiting.
kind of kite a little bit.
I mean, legs are not open on these Black Lanterns, I don't think.
Yeah, are they not?
Checking all three. All three do not have open legs. All those Black Lanterns they went torsos, or it's actually difficult to tell where the damage was being focused.
Oh, they're pretty fresh overall. I mean, the damage percentage is low, but this is going to go to EQ.
Opponent focus was not there for Clutch.
Not enough armor on that Piranha to do it.
The Incubus has good firepower, but with nothing legged,
It's not enough armor. Incubus, I guess, could kite all day.
Could kite, but there's no legs to take off. So most they could do is take out a kill here, maybe with a side torso destruction.
Oh no, that's his arm. He's not faster than the Landers anyway.
Not meaningful.
Well, maybe he'll kill somebody and get nope.
No.
Nope.
Well,
that was honestly a lot closer than I thought it would be. But
yeah,
good victory to EQ.
Clutch didn't get the damage out on the approach from Equilibrium. And Focus Fire, I think, was better as well in terms of component damage. Those Black Lanterns were taking damage to every single component. So ultimately that goes out the way of Equilibrium, although Clutch does pick up a couple of points.
They got 3 kills, right? No, 2.
2 kills. 2 kills worth 3 points.
Disco I'm reading as a kill, but it's not. It's got Dubix in the red as a disco, but that's not a kill, is it?
No. We're only looking at the stats here. Yeah, only 2 kills.
Yeah.
So Clutch now has 19 points to Equilibrium's 29.
Yep.
Going through the damage real quick here. Dubix on Equilibrium picking up 550 damage.
We switch sides right here, right?
Yeah, switching sides. Other 2 Black Lanterns at 400. Neandir going down with only 100, and Ghosty with a 260. Legal leading the way for Clutch with 500 damage in the Piranha, light machine gun Piranha. Timberwolf, Blood Asp each have 400. The Incubus at 390, so not far behind. But the damage focus just wasn't there for Clutch. Looking at how the Black Lanterns were taking damage, I don't know if they were shooting legs or torsos. And
if they went legs, they would have had a lot better time of it, honestly.
Yeah, if they could have legged something early, but there's also a little bit of rock cover there once the brawl was actually engaged, so maybe that was...
yeah, that's true. Maybe they were just shooting what they could shoot.
Yeah, so that might be more on the Black Lanterns rotating in and out properly to protect their legs, as opposed to a poor target calling in terms of calling a component.
You got my breakdown on this next match last time, but I really think whatever team decides to slam up against Kappa is just putting themselves in a kill box. So we will see what each team decides to do setup wise. But the cap is just not important. Not in this league. You know, you could sit there for 8 minutes and decide to, especially you only have one cap you need to flip at the end, you know? So even if you wait till the tickets are really close and kill everything and just flip that one cap, you might are only running into time differential for how many, how long the tickets run.
Yeah.
But if you kill everything out, you can go cap other things. So it really,
I've played in a one cap tournament in the past. It was Intersphere Mix only, or was it Mix? I don't remember. That was 3 years ago. I don't even remember the tournament name, but it was a one cap format, and there we had standoffs around the cap where the lights were skirmishing to try and take the cap, and there were range elements shooting down into the cap to deny it from being taken. And those matches, they did sometimes end up going on caps, or where the caps were forcing a push or something. In this league, I haven't seen anyone really doing that yet. I don't know what the difference is, if it's because of the weight tonnages or if it's because of the caps that were chosen, but so far it looks like teams are relatively safe to just ignore the caps on these drops.
yeah. I mean, I think it's safe to ignore them.
Was that Trials of Combat that was a one cap league like 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was like the first ToC. But I mean, the issue is, do you make it over caps or do you make it domination? And I think the single cap is the best way to just pull two teams to an area to fight. It just keeps teams from going off onto the corner of the map and just waiting in some ridiculous fashion. So it's useful for getting the battle to engage.
Yep.
And then after that, it's going to go on kills.
That's all the objective is here in this one cap format, is just to try and force a fight in a specific location of the map to an extent, but also just prevent someone from corner camping. And it's been quite effective at that.
Each team has, 5 minutes, like normal?
Yeah, they've got 5, yeah. So we've got a lock from Team 1 here, Equilibrium, just waiting for Clutch to lock up. Looks like they're more or less ready. Equilibrium is bringing the maximum 400 tons as expected. No surprise there. Clutch is hovering at 390 tons, but they are not locked yet, so they could change that, or they might drop a little bit later.
They had 2 minutes left here, but it looks like they'll lock up before that time.
And there we have a lock at 390 tons.
They've given up 10 tons, they lose. Just kidding. It's not that big of a deal, 10 tons, but
yeah,
if you're going to give up tonnage, you better have a particular reason for taking that.
Yep. I mean,
Don't just give up the
there's
tonnage.
so many chassis right now that are competitively viable. You should be able to make a drop deck that fulfills your roles and still has the tonnage used up.
We have Redneck Geek and a 1 ER mid light machine gun heavy large laser Incubus.
Command coming in. Capture and hold.
Got Executioner, triple ERPPC on that Executioner. So that's more of a range trade. Goss, LPL, ERME, Goss Vomit on the Mad Cat.
Yeah, it's like a weird high alpha build. It looks like Colonel David Renner is going to try to ER large his way from like the back of the corner of the map somewhere.
Yeah, this is more mid-range out of Clutch as opposed to extreme range, except for that triple ERPPC Executioner. That fell out of favor a couple of months ago. So we've got more standard ERPPC and red laser backup out of the 2 Executioners that Equilibrium is bringing. Actually, they're bringing, what, 3 of those or 4 of those?
Executioners. PPCing away, Basalt taking some damage early at 87%. I wonder what that damage is.
Damage is spread, so nothing significant.
Kappa is under enemy control.
Good amount in his CT, but he's going to pop tart anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So it's basically Pop-Tart versus mid-range Vomit and Goss, which I would favor
Pop-Tart would win.
Yeah, but you don't... The reason why the Execution is so popular is if you do push it, all those red lasers become active, and that is a high DPS brawling build then. It's a bit of a hybrid bracket build, but it's quite effective at its job.
Right now, damage is still going.
We have a push here.
Oh, Basalt just pushing in and just taking some.
They found the Marauders isolated.
DMG.
Some of the...
They're going for Legault, and they're going to get him.
Yeah. how much damage are they going to take while
Big
getting
burn
it,
on.
though?
Yeah, they're going in with those LPLs to just finish things. They realize that they have the heat advantage, and this is going to go EQ's way because those backup weapons are just going to eat armor for free.
Yeah, Gas Guzzler in that Mad Cat, straight out through the CT. Next up, Blood Asp probably.
LPLs are good, but not against small pulse and micros and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, just didn't have the coverage for the mech that went for the cap.
Good job of EQ just pushing in.
And this is jump jets versus non-jump jets. You had mechs in the low ground, mechs in the high ground. They weren't mobile enough to reposition. The Executioner with those jump jets and the relatively high speed with the mask, just able to dictate where it's fighting a lot more effectively than something like the Mad Cat and the Marauder 2C. Last mech up,
Like
Incubus goes down.
Yeah, they only got 1 kill, so only 1 point for Clutch here.
Yeah.
Good win by EQ with some very healthy Xy's still left on the field. Those backup weapons, once you push in, you just can't. LPL Blood Ass is going to lose all day.
Looks like most of the damage on Chicken Man is actually from overheating or perhaps from masking those legs. So, yeah, decisive victory there. Equilibrium finding an isolated target, just going in on it.
Yep.
Decisively going in on it. And they pull out a big win here.
While they're doing some work in the Piranha. And let's see what the damage scores are. Huge damage from Neon. And really Poly as well in that Piranha. And Ghosty and Chicken Man all pulling pretty even work there. Assault first to die, getting 225. But once the Xy's got into range, it was just done. Top damage from Colonel David Renner and the Blood Asp with the LPLs. The Mad Cat that got pushed down on Kappa, only 168. Definitely a MechWeb win there. I mean, the positioning was pretty. Both teams just poured into Kappa, so positioning wise was just getting the Xy's to range and deciding to move in on it.
One of the Mad Cats and the Blood Asp, to an extent, were not in the initial fight there against the Marauder 2C. So I think there was also a positioning issue there, but mostly that was just came down to builds. When the Executioners made that push in, they've got a severe advantage.
They had the Marauder in the low ground, but nobody was overwatching him. It would have been different if the team, was looking down the line.
Yep. So, yeah, running through the damage real quick. I mean, Neandir with the Executioner coming out at 600, topping the other Executioners. Yeah, Polycat with the Piranha 350, quite respectable for that. That was a micro pulse or ER micro Piranha. It was not the machine gun Piranha. We've seen teams go back and forth
damage
as to whether they're doing machine guns or just ignoring the machine guns going pure laser. So it's a little bit interesting to see here as the meta shakes out. David Renner with 460 damage in the Blood Asp. Pretty respectable, just it wasn't enough. Didn't have the time to deal the damage that was needed. So we've got, if my points are going correct here, Clutch has 20 points to Equilibrium's 43, and I just realized...
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
43 definitely already clutching the win, pun intended, and I think that just Clutch needs to battle for points. Late in the season could really make a difference. In this match, well, EQ's used its Xy's, and Clutch has used at least one Xy in the last battle.
Yeah.
So we're not going to see like 5 Xy's here, the cap limit is. So you're going to see Direwolves and Kodiaks?
That's what I would expect. And I favor the Direwolf, I believe. Kodiak for this map. Depends what your strat is.
Maybe Blood Asps, but why?
Yeah.
You could take...
I mean,
And Clutch has used lots of Blood Asp, or at least it's used two, at
yeah,
least.
ER large Blood Asp is quite strong, but this map isn't quite the extreme range trading where I would take an ER large Blood Asp over the Gauss ER large Direwolf.
Yeah, I think like the Gaussier large high alpha dire, like that Eon took, or the really high alpha smack you in the face Kodiaks.
Yeah. If you want to push it, it's the choice is the Kodiak. If you want to do range trade, I think the choice is the Direwolf. Then it just becomes a question of like what is your fifth mech in that regard? What do you bring with your Kodiak or Direwolf or pack if that's the strategy you end up going for? So we'll see. I
Looks
mean,
like EQ is going to be locked very shortly.
yeah, they're hovering. Both teams are hovering at 490 tons, which would indicate to me Direwolves plus a Blood Asp or Kodiaks plus a Blood Asp. All right, we have a lock out of Equilibrium at 490 tons.
They're not just locked. They're not just locked, sir.
Clutch is now hovering 485, so maybe nope, back up to 490. So, do they have any executioners left? I'm not sure. I wasn't tracking
No.
their mechs.
Maybe. Oh wait, no, they used one, so they would have four. But they're going 500 tons. There's no
500,
Xy's on the
okay.
field. I'm gonna say Dyers. I'm gonna say.
I
Oh wait.
I think it's
Brawly Kodiaks.
yeah, I think it's gonna be Kodiaks on Clutch with the Direwolf
I think
if
we're
they're
gonna see
locking in 500.
all Kodiaks and a Blood Asp. That's gonna be my prediction. All well,
Well,
because you have a 90 tonner in there for some reason doing something.
Clutch is locking in at 500 here. It looks like, or yep, they are locked now. So that is they are bringing just Kodiaks and Direwolves. There aren't any other 100-ton clan assaults. So.
Well, it could let's see, could have two 95 tonners, but EQ's used up their
Yeah. They used up their execution.
Their Xy's already, so.
So it's going to be a blood.
All right, they're locked. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's see how many Direwolves or Kodiaks there are on the field. You think like Brawl Direwolf from both teams, or no Brawl?
I think Clutch is
Kodiaks,
going to have the Kodiaks, like 3 or 4 of them, and then a couple of Direwolves to back it up. And I expect that Equilibrium is going to have a Blood Asp. And one Blood Asp and a bunch of Direwolves. That's what I'm expecting here. What do we have? We have Spirit Bear on the field for Equilibrium.
Okay, so Direwolves and Kodiaks from Clutch. And we have a two Kodiaks, two Mark, and a Mark II. Okay, so 3 Kodiaks. Wow. It's a lot of Kodiaks.
Check out these Kodiak builds. They're playing Gauss Vomit. And then they have a Spirit Bear and a Gauss Vomit Death Strike with heavy large lasers. So they are definitely doing a push, but they're not necessarily pushing to face hug.
Yeah, that's Chi Alpha Kodiaks for you. With a Spirit Bear with LB20 ERP and 4 SRM6s. So
on these Direwolves, we have a mix of builds. They did not bring all the same thing. They have one range trade Direwolf, then they have 2 DACA mid-range UAC 10, UAC 5 Direwolves. And the third Direwolf is actually more of a Gauss Vomit, mid-range Gauss Vomit, not an extreme range trader. They're even bringing heavy large lasers on it. And they brought a Kodiak.
They have all the brackets.
They've got heavy large ER Mead Kodiak, not a DACA Kodiak.
Gauss Peep with a huge burn on Shine. That is not good.
Spirit Bear taking an early 7%.
Right on his in his torso as well. That's a lot of damage.
Now,
Nian getting wrecked.
I don't even know
ACs
who's favored in the range.
Laser bomb.
So who's favored with
right
range
torso
trade here?
really hurt on Nian. Looks like the other Kodiaks are moving in. Gauss Peep's taking a huge hits, and he's dead. Oh,
straight CT,
wow.
69% left on that mech, but it's dead.
Right into CT. That's a huge loss from Clutch. So Ghosty's really hurt. Neon's pretty hurt. Shine's hurt in the torso, but not a ton. If Photon's not careful and peeks the wrong way, he'll eat straight CT as well. So yeah, Ghosty's right torso is yellow, open armor, but
Well, with
it
that,
looks like he was just looking around, like where are they?
with that Overwatch Direwolf down for a clutch, there's more of movement available for Equilibrium. They're doing a slow
Photon eating
push.
it. Oh, see, yo, Spear Bear's gonna get it. Oh, he gave it away. Oh, well, the other direwolf over here would see him anyway. Yeah, Photon's dead next. It looks like the only person really peeking was Goss Peeps.
Yeah.
And that's why he died. And then the other teammates are just kind of like not in the game. Oh, and he's in, but his teammates aren't, so Shine's gonna get demolished here.
Yeah, picked up the
Bassalt's
kill.
gonna die once he rounds the corner trying to save Shine. Dead. Basalt next. They didn't know that these were the builds for these other mechs.
Yeah, these are the UAC Direwolves now putting out damage in a brawl.
Alright, that's 2 left, and Gas is just gonna... Oh, Neon loses the torso.
Now, these Direwolves are just going out CT because they can't really twist very well. Not a very maneuverable mech.
Yeah, Chicken with plenty of armor, but some pretty hurt mechs on the field. Good win for EQ.
Yeah. Magcat is halved. One of the Kodiaks is halved, and then there's an open side torso on a third Kodiak, so they've taken damage, but they are successful here with a big win, picking up 5 kills to just 1 death.
57 points to 21 or so. Possibly 20, if that first match only counts for 1 point.
Be an additional 14 points for Equilibrium with the win here, and the Clutch is only picking up the single point for the 1 kill.
Command confirming that we have possession of Kappa.
And there it is. It's pretty entertaining matches, I would say.
Yeah, some relatively close drops. The match itself, not a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. Clutch did pick up a drop win earlier in the match.
That timed shot on Goss Peep CT is just the thing.
Yeah, that was a really quick kill coming out there.
Well, I've got to head out.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me on the cast. I've got 57 points for Equilibrium to 21 points for Clutch. I believe that is a correct number. I think that part of the spreadsheet is still working. So thank you for joining me as the co-cast here. Thank you for the teams for being willing to delay their match starts so we could actually get in here and cast it. And
That's right.
Yeah, thanks to the viewers for sticking around.
Crying baby in the background, sir.
Yeah. So 57 points for Equilibrium and 21 for Clutch. 21's not bad. They did pick up points, which is going to go a long way toward final placements within the division. But well played, both teams. We had a couple technical difficulties, but yeah, thanks for sticking with it through here. And that's it. I'm wrapping up the cast here. I gotta fix my spreadsheets for next week, and yeah, unfortunate technical issues coming up in the middle of the cast. So I guess final damage numbers, run through it real quick here. We've got the Kodiak Spear Bear, which ended up dying, picked up 300 kills. Tried to pull in a flank, partially successful. Did pick up its 1 kill, but went down. Chicken Man leading the way in that odd Gauss Vomit Kodiak that I've never seen these builds before, but you know, maybe I need to go take a look at Kodiak again. 500 damage there. Basalt in the Madcat Mark II Death Strike picking up 400. Lower damage on the rest of the team. Top damage in the match actually is going to Colonel David Renard with 750 damage there. Did end up picking up his team's 1 kill as well. Photon in the Direwolf, I don't remember which build that was. There was build variants. I'm guessing that's one of the DACA ones. 550 damage. Lower damage on the rest of the team. Gauss Peeps managed to actually put out 200 damage before they got Gauss Peeped. Well, I guess it was Laser Vomit with Gauss Rifles. It just instantly dropped center torso. Very quick kill there, or quick death. But damage numbers across both teams actually relatively close, it looks like to me. I'm not completely adding it all up here with the calculator, but I think if someone did, the numbers would be within 100 or 200 points of damage. But I guess a little bit more, I don't know, a hitbox difference between the Direwolf and the Kodiak, or an aim difference between the players. Kills ended up going pretty decisively in the favor of Equilibrium. That's it. I'm wrapping up the cast. We had some technical issues. We fought through it. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll try to do a better job next week.